What's good, y'all? I hope everybody's living well and staying blessed. It's your boy, Markus B. As always, I'm joined by the one and only Mr. Evan Simmons and new guy, Chris. This is episode 114 of Holla Me with yours truly. And turns out we're a financial podcast now, right? So get all your information from your boys and you might make some money. Not really. Nobody knows what's going on. It's all fake. But we're going to try and get in while we can. Or not. I don't know. Evan has a retirement plan. Let's see if he makes it that long. I'm trying to get $1 million in a couple of years. Nobody knows what's going on. Chris has got some money in a wallet, hopefully. All right. So we talked about that for a long time. What else did we talk about?
That was it.
That was it. It's just 100% financial. We jumped right into finances and NFTs, cryptocurrencies, and everything like that. So if you're interested in it, I think it's a pretty healthy conversation. We covered some bases.
I turned 20.
Chris turned 20. He's one step closer to being able to go get a drink with us. So hopefully we're still together by next year. And we could have a story about you going out. That'd be nice. I want to take him out. I haven't taken anybody out to be 21 in a long time.
Yeah.
It was a powerful move when I was a bartender. Knowing that the person's turning 21, it's like, here's your first drink. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you do, make sure you like, follow, share, and subscribe. Help your boys out and get it out to as many people as possible. Need any workout apparel or anything like that, make sure you go to Redcon1. Use promo code T20MarksB before checkout. Under tier operator, get an extra 20% off. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. Peace. Anyways,
Oh.
I broke my window.
Yeah.
And I'm still really angry.
This happened within the hour.
Yeah, so we're recording this late because I was trying to finally fix. So for those that know me, know that I bought a Miata 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been slowly trying to fix it up. And one of the last things, functionally to fix was the driver's side window.
Mm-hmm.
The crank motor blew up, basically.
Okay.
So I was like, I just need to get the replacement motor. Amongst the other things, I still got to get a washer. Put a pin in that about the washer.
Getting a washer, okay.
Just washing clothes in general.
Okay.
So I'm like, kind of been putting it off because I knew it was going to be a little, it was going to take some time. But since in 2 days, it's apparently going to freeze over. By the time this comes out, hopefully Texas doesn't implode on itself again.
God.
Fingers crossed, boys.
Oh,
Fingers crossed.
Don't even get me started on.
Feel free to come over if it gets started getting warm. Oh wait, no, you're fine.
I'll be fine.
No, my bad.
Feel free to come over.
No, well, because I know that I'm on the same grid as the Premier ER.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you're on the same grid as
Scott
Scott
White,
White.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
You can come over because I know that you're in BFE.
I never lost power last
Really?
week. Yeah.
Huh. I feel like you would have been somewhere in the country.
Yeah. We thought so too, but I don't know.
If you feel unsafe, you're welcome to be here. Anyways.
Are you guys prepping?
No.
No.
I mean, I was told there was a freeze, so if I remember, when I go to HEB, I buy a gallon of the water. It's 97 cents.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I got a case of waters.
Yeah.
I only have 2 gallons right now, so.
I should probably get some perishable food, but non-perishables.
I have no food at my house.
Should probably get that.
I need to get some meat, some meats, and just.
All I have is perishable food.
I didn't think about
I've got a propane grill.
Nice.
So I can.
I should probably get new propane.
Yes. Yeah, I get some new propane.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Doomsday preppers. Let's get it.
Don't even be started.
But because of that, that freeze that's supposed to happen on Thursday. I was like, let me I need to get the window fixed.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not trying to drive in like 10-degree weather again with the window busted and like all the way down. Not a fun time. So I was like, all right, let me fix it. Take the entire door apart. Take the track out. Put the new track in. Kicker, I bought the right side track. But luckily, like, the only thing that changes is, like, there's wires
Yeah.
that, like, I just rotated it and, like,
Sure.
it should be fine.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yeah. But
We'll see.
we'll see. I'm going to be so sad. The last thing to do was put the bearing on the window. Like, new bearing because it didn't exist. And that's partially why I wasn't going up and down, because there was nothing to, like, guide it. So I'm like, all right, take the old one off, super careful. I've got, like, the window on a towel on my trunk. I'm, like, being mad careful. Don't drop it. Don't do anything. And I'm, like, tightening it in. And I'm just like, all right, last turn. Beep. Kaboosh.
Explosion.
It just explodes basically in my hands. And
It's got to be something that, like, I want to see that happen.
it's been a while since I've been that defeated.
I mean, yeah, you're the guy in the loading dock who dropped the entire forklift.
Yep.
And you just have to look at it like
You want to hit the undo button.
it's like
Control Z.
Control Z isn't working right now. Come on.
Come on, dude.
In that moment, you're always just like, did that actually just happen?
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
Is it gonna put itself back together for me real quick, or like?
If I just kind of like push it back together, is it just gonna
Like maybe this is one of those
fuse?
it was one of those slow-mo vids. It's just you can just hit rewind.
This is just one of those glitches. It'll
Yeah.
It's a glitch
It'll
in the
come back
Matrix.
together.
Just
But instead, I just stood there for about 10 minutes in silence. It felt like 10 minutes. It was probably about like a minute, but so sad.
well, that's a
Because I was like, I was like, dude, I don't have to buy like glass is expensive.
yes.
Like, I don't have to buy a new one. I just have to buy the motor. The motor wasn't cheap, but it was like $109. Like, that's not bad.
Yeah.
But now I have no idea. Can you look up how much a 96 Miata driver's side window is?
I would say 400.
Ah, God, I hope not, dude.
Okay.
I'm gonna be so sad.
Maybe 350.
Miata 97,
96.
96.
350.
I'll be so sad, dude.
It's also vintage, so.
Mm. 90 to 97 Mazda MX-5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Driver's side door.
Yep.
$30
For the
on
glass?
eBay. On eBay.
Oh, really? That's not awful then.
Can you buy that for me? I'll Venmo you because, God, I need a window. Oh my gosh.
Use a genuine, like Mazda parts, like actual website.
And it's got like the actual window?
I'm looking.
Okay.
Probably. I'm sure the Miata is still.
It's still definitely in production.
Well, I mean, yeah, the Miata is still there. I'm getting a Mazda on Thursday. So,
No, that's right.
yeah.
Getting the mom car.
Hey, man, my car works. So my car's got a window. So
Perfect.
yeah, I got a payment on it, but
See?
but I'll have it for.
0 payments.
Are you really not paying for that?
Touche.
Yeah, the mom cars. So who else said that? Someone else, like, I think my mom said that. She was like, she called it a mom car. I was
Bro,
like,
if you're getting called out by moms,
I was like, hey.
on having a mom's car.
are you on?
Check. Yeah.
Okay. I turned down my overalls. Yeah, if you're yeah, when she said that, I was like, I know, but I'm getting it with the intention of like, there's gonna be a car seat in there in the next like 7 years. So
That's the goofiest.
I know,
You
I
probably don't even
know.
have that car.
Yeah, you're gonna get a new car. You need to
In the
get
next
a new
5
car.
years?
Yeah,
No,
bro, you're gonna get an electric car.
I mean,
Come on now.
I don't want another payment though.
Yeah, so you should be leasing right now. You goofy. Lease it, because you're never gonna drive it over the mileage. You don't drive enough.
I do drive it over at least.
No, you're not driving over.
I've driven two leased cars, and then both I've driven over the
Or
mileage.
just get the highest lease then, the highest mileage. But for someone like you, you definitely should be getting a leased car,
Why?
huh?
Why?
Because you don't fix things. So in 3 years, you just get a new car and you're fine.
Yeah. Is that what people get?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it makes sense now. See, I'm very. I learned this recently. So I was talking to my financial advisor again,
Yeah.
and before we had our second meeting, I did my homework
Not a boy.
and I made a financial plan for myself
Not a boy.
and went ham on it, and I sent it to him as a PDF or whatever. And we got on the call on the Zoom meeting, and he was like, "Yeah, you did my job for me. Do you want a job?" I think he was not really joking. He was kind of like why'd you do this? This is really professional.
What'd you do?
I did a full financial plan for myself. I can pull it up and show you. I did a full
What does that mean?
So basically it's the idea is, I need to get 3 numbers to be solid before I start doing heavy investment.
Okay.
That's the emergency fund, a checking account that isn't so dippy.
Up and down. Yeah.
Isn't so up and down. It's it's fine, but it's not to where if rent hit me,
Yeah.
surprise rent on the 28th, last month I would have been
Screwed.
screwed.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Same boat, dude.
But
That December to
Oh,
January
yeah.
check is always so long.
that's a hard but yeah, so I did that, and then I talked about in the whole thing investments in the future, and what percentages and things I want to do and where I want to put it, and he was like, yeah, that's my job. I was like, well, yeah, you can scroll through it, but I did the whole thing.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, monthly expenses, all that stuff, and
You're able to save that much?
yeah.
Huh. You have separate life insurance?
Now I do.
Oh,
That's part of his gig.
gotcha.
Is he gets commissions off of the life insurance. But yeah, the cash value life insurance is actually a pretty good investment thing because you can pull from it later, and it's basically another retirement account.
Hilarious that you kept the Cinemark movie club.
Yeah, it's a monthly expense. No, I'm a part of the membership.
I know you are, but I'm laughing at that. That's silly.
The financial thing for me wasn't changing my lifestyle. It was more assigning they talk about you have to assign a dollar, or every dollar has to have a name to it.
Yeah.
And that was the idea, was every dollar that I'm going to spend is now going to have a name to it.
Makes sense. I'm not hating on it at all. It's definitely a lot more put together than me, but
Yeah, he was dude, you can. So I'm gonna, next time I talk to him, I'll ask him and be like, hey, so side work, because I actually liked doing it. I liked, if you give me a set of numbers and be like, hey, can you
make it work.
make it work. Yeah, I like doing that. That's fun. Because you get to like, for me, because this is like, all this is building to is that next year I will for sure have a house payment.
Yeah.
Like, solid, like good to go. Which I'll talk about the house thing later. Or maybe off pod. I don't know because it's tenuous. But yeah, we talked about like, by that time, all of my like investments and retirement accounts and all this stuff will be just like automated at that point. Like I won't even have to like I'll be, and I did like some projections and stuff and like investment like calculators and stuff. It's like by the time I'm like 56, I have enough money for 2 people to be like
Straight.
Like,
Word. I mean, that's dope, dude.
So
shout out.
That's the but I just like knowing that way I can, like, that way I don't freak out about money ever. I'm just like, yep. Like, granted, that doesn't include like, better jobs and or not having a job or well, the emergency fund part of it is that,
For sure.
but also like kids and stuff like that, and but you all just want to be all that to be like thought about, at least. But yeah, so I might be a financial advisor in the next year. I like looked up like certifications. I was like, how do you get like a
really?
Because if it was a side gig and someone was like, hey, like, can I send you my numbers? And
it's just like the dudes that do like taxes on the side.
Right. Like I was like,
yeah,
that sounds. I'd make a solid.
And then we funnel that
into the vending machine.
Into the vending machine. I did more homework on it, by the way. Did
you do that much homework?
Not that much homework. But I did do some homework on it, and I've been jumping back and forth between that and the NFT thing. I'm understanding NFTs more.
Get a windshield first.
A window, yeah.
We'll get a window. Get a window.
The issue. I've got practical expenses.
Yeah, get those taken care of first.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my whole like thing is like practically I want to be like.
But Jake Paul bought 800K of NFTs. I think it was like 20 different NFTs. Sold one for $735.
He also has 800K.
I know.
To just spit.
I know.
Like, I'm pretty sure no one in this room has 800K to just spit. look at Chris like, what you working with?
Where are you at?
It'd be like, I can't even do the math on that.
You could, I mean.
Because, dude, like if you, like.
I have no idea what an NFT is. I need to do the research on it, but.
Non-fungible token.
I know that
give or
side
take.
of it.
So let me see.
It's essentially art investment. Like if you like bought like a piece of art, like it's the same thing. Like it
if you bought a Jackson Pollock, like let's say who did Campbell's Soup?
I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name either.
Hold on, let me see. I know. Campbell's
Soup
painting, soup for my family. Andy Warhol. Yeah, pop art. Yeah.
So, in a tangible art, you buy Andy Warhol. Let's say you bought it 10 years ago, 20 years ago for.
It's the 60s, so 70 years ago.
Okay, so, well, I was trying to. Let's say you bought it originally
60 years ago.
You bought it for $200K.
Yeah.
$250.
Yeah, let's say at an expensive.
By now, that Campbell's painting is probably, you can look it up. How much is the
6 or 7 million?
Andy Warhol Campbell's?
I think it's probably expensive now. It's 1 foot by 8. 1 foot by 1 foot. It's that small.
It's that small?
Dimensions,
Why did I think it was like
1 foot 8 inches.
4 by 4?
1 inch 8 inches, 1 inch by 4 inches, or 1 feet 4 inches. I hate the way they did that.
Small.
It's so
You struggled so hard with that.
it's 20 inches to 16, but like they
That's
put like
crazy.
1 foot 8 inches. 1 foot. That's weird.
Is it just a painting of a soup can?
Sure is.
Yep. Quite literally.
11.8 million.
Yep.
11.8 million.
Just a painting of a soup can.
So like, that's the art game. Is you're taking a gamble, like it's with any other investment. You try to get somebody that's on the come up. You throw money at them.
You just
hold on to it.
Hope it'll have value later on.
Hope that it blows up. Hopefully they die, and then it's worth a lot of money. NFTs are in the same realm. Okay. Now, NFTs are only bought through Ethereum. And this is the weird thing. Ethereum hasn't blown up as much as I thought it was going to.
Because that's one of the more like low key.
It's a lower cryptocurrency. So it's currently being traded at $2,776.30 for one Ethereum. As opposed to Bitcoin, which is so low at $38K.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I need to get in that.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. You gotta loophole it in. So
I do need to put a certain amount of money in.
if I was your financial advisor, Chris, because I know you got a decent amount of change in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
What I would tell you is to dump some money into Ethereum, set up an NFT wallet. There's two options. There's a Coinbase wallet, and then there is a MetaMask wallet. The difference is, see, I did my research, right? We're a financial podcast now, baby. What's up?
I'm gonna have a very different answer to your financial advice, but
For sure.
Go ahead.
You think long money, I think short money.
Yeah.
That's how this relationship works, man.
I'm gonna have $4 million when
Yeah,
retire.
you're gonna have $4 million when you're 60. I'm trying to have $4 million in like 2 years.
It's not gonna last you.
You don't know that. Anyways, you set up a wallet, you dump X amount of money that you got into Ethereum. And then, and this is what I was talking about last week, and this is what I'm figuring out. I forgot what it's called. But you go to OpenSea or your favorite NFT platform. And you find one that, I forget what it's called. But that's why it's called the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Because what it's tied to is yacht parties around the world. Like, if you have a Bored Ape NFT, you are then invited to any yacht party. And, you know, if you're just a regular dude, that means there's a chance you're partying with Snoop Dogg, Drake,
Jeff
Bezos, like anybody else that has a Bored Ape NFT. Unfortunately, the Bored Apes currently are being traded at CryptoPunks.
See, that's why I don't like those. They're so volatile.
Yeah, I really need to get back into that because I did my research like then, and then I got lucky with Dogecoin,
Right.
and I just dipped out. I was just like, all right, I'm good for a couple of years now.
So you could buy a Bored Ape right now. Bored Ape number 8520. And that is 8.5 ETH, which translates to 23.428K. Right? Obviously, you ain't got that kind of money. Unless you do. I don't know what you're worth. I'm not trying to put your business out there. But then you turn around and you hold on to it, and then you can upload it onto OpenSea, and like NFTs are in the same realm of stocks where like they can be bought and sold immediately. So if you buy one that is of high value and you can turn around and sell it, and you know you buy it for 8.5, you sell it for 9.5, that jumps from 23.42 to 25, right? Quick 1.5 profit. Not much, but that's what I'm saying is like you're trying to find one, and this is the interesting thing is that they get posted 30 days out of what's coming up. Right? So you can go down to the list of things that are dropping March 1st.
Sure.
And you can like get waitlisted. And if you get in early enough, you get the one at that price, but if then it blows up, you're able to turn around.
So you get $1,000 profit off of it.
Or upwards. Right? Because like Bored Ape, I think like launched at like 2 ETH right now, and then Eminem just bought his for $800K.
I thought his was like 4.3 mil.
Was his the 4.3?
Yeah.
My bad. Oops.
See, to me, I would just say, put it all in
A Roth IRA.
No, a Vanguard. Vanguard, their mutual index funds.
Yeah.
The company invests the money in the right stocks. You get a 24% return every year. 24% is high. Like, it's more like 17, 14 around there.
Yeah,
but you get that guaranteed.
That is wild.
For the rest of your life.
There's this one called Where My Van Goes. Where My Vans Go.
Where My Vans Go?
Yeah, and it's just the dude on top of skyscrapers. And he's just taking pictures of his feet. And it's kind of dope.
I wonder if this is going to get our society in trouble.
Yeah, no, 100% is.
I feel like it's going to get...
It doesn't end well, bub. But he's selling this...
But what are we doing at that point?
Where My Vans Go number 73 is going for 49 ETH. You know how much
we're
that's
just assigning random value.
Everything's fake. We went over this a couple episodes ago. The dollar isn't backed by gold anymore. It's a piece of paper that we all agreed on that is worth something. And that's what we're doing with...
but now we're not even saying, it's not even, the things that...
That's all cryptocurrency is that it's everybody agrees that that's how much it's worth.
I was listening to something. You were talking about how things used to things used to be worth money.
Yeah.
And now they're not.
Yeah, this is fire.
Well, because I've heard the thing with cryptocurrency. Still don't know exactly. I know a lot of every coin is mined by a computer, and by 2026, the last Bitcoin will be mined.
Yes.
Not sure why that is.
Because there's a finite amount. And that's why Bitcoin is...
But what? What
finite
does that
amount
mean?
of what?
Yeah,
Bitcoin. Of coins.
What?
That's why gold holds its value. Is because there's a finite amount of gold.
But the thing is, what is
but
Bitcoin?
What is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's a $100 bill?
A piece of paper.
Yeah, okay.
It'll be agreed.
You know what also is a piece of paper?
Bitcoin.
A piece of paper.
If you print a Bitcoin on a piece of paper.
Yeah, everything is fake.
You're just flipping Bitcoins.
But,
everything is fake.
Why is it just that the last computer will mine the last Bitcoin? Why can't it just keep mining?
Because the person that created it only created
so many
Bitcoins.
Okay, so that makes more sense.
4 billion.
Stacking.
So after that happens,
Satoshis.
I'm assuming Bitcoin is gonna.
That's the idea.
Yeah, I made that money off of Dogecoin though, and pulled back all the profit, and then I left a little bit more than my original investment in there.
Yeah, I mean, there's no harm in that, right?
Which everything's still sitting in the stock account or whatever.
Yeah.
I still gotta do the freaking taxes on it. It's 40%.
It's a lot.
Is it 40%?
If you hold it for more than a year, it's 25-30. But if you buy it and then sell it within the year, it's 40%. It's
okay.
That's why day trading gets dicey.
Right, because you're going to be taxed on it.
Yeah, because you're getting taxed on it, but then also it's like that's why like a lot of people that do day trade, like they're only going for that like $400 a day.
Yeah.
So that way they like keep the tax bracket, excuse me, the taxable income low.
Yeah.
Mine might be lower because of the amount I make, but I'm not sure.
It's that part of it. That's above my pay grade.
I was just thinking about that today. I was like, man, I gotta learn about tax law next.
Yeah.
Like that's the next big thing to learn about, because that's a whole nother the amount of things I've like understood about, like, oh yeah, this account is pre-tax, and this one, like, so like right now you get tax benefits because they and then this one's like post-tax, so like later on it won't get taxed. So it's like, I don't know taxes. I don't realize how high taxes were. I feel very Republican.
It's
you know
what's crazy is that we live in Texas and taxes are mad low here.
They are?
Yeah, it's the lowest.
It's one of the lowest states.
I think we're the second or third lowest in the
Oh.
country.
Yeah.
Because when I was looking at like houses and stuff, I was like, whoa, those taxes are high for houses.
It's the initial tax
Yeah.
for us. Everybody else has property tax. So every year you have to pay X amount of money for the house that you own.
We have that.
We have that.
No, we don't.
Oh yeah. We don't have a state income tax.
Sorry.
Yeah, I would say everything else I've seen says
my bad,
that.
my bad.
Yeah.
Getting my taxes mixed up.
In California, state income tax is like 13% or 17, something crazy like that.
They get taxed twice on the same thing in California. California and New York are both.
State income and federal income.
Yep.
We only get federal.
Yeah. And the shitty thing is that you get taxed equally. Yeah, excuse me. You get taxed on the gross both times.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And they're making a minimum wage of $15 an hour.
Yeah.
And you can't even buy a decent house for less than $1 million.
No. Yeah, that's the hard part.
I don't know why anybody would want to live there. I mean, like celebrities, I guess I get it, but like any like talk about normal people.
Hey,
part of me
sometimes you get jobs out there, like my mom.
I mean, yeah, but
part of me I don't know about LA. I never really got on the LA thing.
yeah,
But I get the New York thing.
I get the New York, and I get like the outskirts of California thing, but you know, like towards the national parks and all that.
Yeah, like
North California.
There's a town that if I ever could retire there, it's called Sausalito. Like, oh, it's like right on the little thing in my throat. It was like it's like right on the edge of the redwoods forest. There's Golden Gate Bridge is in sight.
Damn.
Like little like coastal town. People like,
that's not bad.
You go by and
Sounds
get ice
pretty
cream. You can ride your bike down the street, get ice cream, go to the little store over there, come back, you just chill out. It's like, oh, when I was there for like a couple of hours, like on a little trip, and I was like, this is peak. This is peak.
That doesn't sound bad.
Are you on?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just light. Let me turn myself up. Yeah.
Going back to to kind of wrap up the financial
talk.
Podcast. Everything's fake, dog.
Well, can you like finish what you're talking about with the whole Bitcoin stuff of like that turning into like where paper money is?
Yeah. So the dudes that are like ride or die for Bitcoin, like the dudes that were like early adopters, 2000, I think 11.
Yeah, someone super early. Yeah.
Right.
Before I even knew that stocks were like existed.
I didn't know what money was, man. I was 2000. I just graduated high school.
I just thought you had a debit card and you just had money.
I was scared of credit cards.
People gave you.
Still scared of credit
People
cards.
gave you money and you just gave.
I'm getting a credit card this month. Finally getting one. Either a Southwest or like a Delta. I'm getting a flight card.
Mm-hmm.
Get a Southwest one.
That's what everybody tells me.
I invested in Southwest.
But with listening to all the comedians, like I've never done first class.
Yeah.
That idea, like.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely like going for that. I want to, like, I part of my like financial plan thing was, every year, I'm saving 4% of my income for a trip.
Nice.
So like, around right now it's around like 1500.
Okay.
Like 1500 for a trip, like for
That's
myself,
easy.
it's kind of dope.
Yeah, it's a good trip.
Yeah, it's a good trip. So,
Especially right now, flights are mad cheap.
yeah, and that's what I'm like.
You can go to New Orleans for under $40.
Oh, really?
Bonkos, dude.
That's what I'm kind of hoping for is something like,
I'm going somewhere for the spring break.
and that way you get like a,
Anyways.
that way you get like a fun,
Yeah, exactly.
fun expensive trip.
Bitcoin. The early adopters believe that it's going to become the
The currency.
I forget the term they use, but like the standard currency for everything, right? They believe that everything's going to be built into the blockchain. Well, it's because the idea of the blockchain is to mitigate any nonsense,
Right.
right? Because there's no longer the paper. There's always a paper trail. Like you can look back and see what you spent your money on. You can see what you paid for. You can see who bought it, when you bought it. Like it's time stamped. Every time a Bitcoin or anything cryptocurrency is moved, it is stamped onto the blockchain, and then after X amount of time, that blockchain receipt gets ripped like off the paper and gets like posted on the wall. Like that's
That's a very awful image you described.
it's a very simplistic.
I'm picturing a room like that thing from It's Always Sunny where he's just poking like stuff in the wall. It's just like
It's
Pepe
more
Sylvia.
It's more of like Bruce Almighty, the prayers on the post-its. It's kind of the picture I was going for, but like that's the idea of the blockchain is that it's like you're no longer gonna have any fraudulence. That's part of what they believe in is that with the blockchain and the currency being tied to that, you're no longer gonna have people getting robbed and people getting scammed out of money. Like you're gonna see who did it and when they did it and how they did it. And they believe, those high end dudes, they just believe so much in the cryptocurrency that they think that the fiat currency is gonna dissipate. Because it is, right? Like it's been dissipating ever since it stopped being backed by gold.
Right. Yeah.
And the fact that we just printed out $1.7 trillion in 2020 for funsies, essentially. Obviously not for funsies. The world was in shambles, and but because of that, they think that since there's a finite amount of Bitcoin, therefore it is backed by something.
There's one thing I always, like you kind of brought up that I was thinking about, like, so when the government sent out the, like, stimulus check and everything like that, that money that they sent in checks and everything, that money was actually printed as well in cash?
No.
So then where did that money come from?
It's made up. That's what I'm saying. Everything's fake, bro. Yeah. There's no money in the banks. That's what happened in 2008.
What was the thing recently?
It's all so confusing.
A bank has I think sub 40% of the amount of money that flows through.
Loaned out.
Yeah.
The fact that they were whenever the government was about to shut down recently, a way to get out of it was to print a $1 trillion coin. Like it has to be on not copper. So it had to be on either titanium or platinum or something.
Jesus Christ.
They're just gonna print a $1 trillion coin and all right, cool, we have the money now. It's very weird that we could do that. We could just say
it's bullshit.
This thing is worth $1 trillion.
Yeah. So every time you pull out cash from your checking account, let's say you have the same bank as Evan, they're taking, let's say Evan comes in and he deposits a $500 check. He has, $500 cash. He's like, here is $500. I need this in my bank account.
I can move a certain amount of that.
And then you come in and you're like, I need to pull out $500 cash. They just take his money and give it to you, but then he just has a $500 in his bank account that he's able to spend. It's all bullshit. If everybody went and like pulled out all their
Like
money,
wanted their money.
yeah, if everybody wanted their money at the exact same time, the banks would implode.
Our whole economy.
2008 housing crisis.
I was like, our whole economy would implode.
Sure would.
if everything, if everyone just decided, yeah.
That's why like everybody that's like saying NFTs are bullshit, and I feel like I'm saying bullshit about this.
I'm not saying they're like bullshit.
Well, I'm not saying that
they're-
you are, but like people that are just like, it's gonna go away, it's gonna go away. Like,
Yeah.
it's not. And if it does, then something else is gonna come. Like,
Yeah.
that's how this works. Is that it either works out or it doesn't. But then if it doesn't work out, somebody makes it better.
Look, man, I'm just trying to get to the Star Wars thing. We're just doing credits, and we have a
That's
certain amount of
literally
credits.
Bitcoin.
But
Right.
see, what I'm confused about is if like Bitcoin right now, I see it as a stock.
Yes.
Like it's always changing price. So if that becomes a currency, how do we define of
That's
like,
the difficult
this is
part.
worth?
That's the part that I don't understand.
Yeah.
But there is this like bit where right now technically cash is backing the Bitcoin.
Right.
But then there is a point in time where Bitcoin is just Bitcoin.
So you think like when that last coin is set, like that kind of sets the price?
I kind of think so. Maybe. That's part.
Yeah.
That's past my like.
Yeah.
My
See,
looking
because that's one
into
thing
this.
I've always been confused about. Like, are we gonna have the whole thing where, like, when you go to pay at Whataburger, it's gonna have like stock menu of what Bitcoin is worth right now?
I mean, you can
Yeah.
you can sort of do. I mean, they have that thing at like bars and stuff where if you want to pay me in Bitcoin,
Yeah.
like here's my Cash App, like send me some Bitcoin. I mean, it starts with tipping culture and then eventually it becomes like the.
See, like,
There will. I do believe that there will eventually be a time where like it levels out, and like.
because the whole fact that it changes, like, I could give you $1 worth of Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin just shoots up. Now
Yeah.
the dollar I just gave you is worth $20.
Right.
Like,
Well, I mean, that's literally what happened like with Bitcoin at the beginning.
I know.
Someone was like, "You want to buy some
The
Bitcoin for
the
a couple
famous story
$100?"
was like there was this e-sport event,
Oh.
and first place was like $2,000. Second place was like $800, and third place was like 250 Bitcoin. And like,
Oh. Oh.
you know, even right now, that's 250 times 30K.
That's
like
so much.
so much money. And there's a dude that's had a hard drive, and this is the crazy thing,
Oh, I heard about that.
is that there's Bitcoin missing because it's on a hard drive. Like in this, like the famous one is this dude who's been siphoning through a dump for 8 years,
Just trying to find that.
looking
that
for a hard drive with like 100,000 Bitcoin on it or something. Like
Oh
something
my
absolutely
God.
ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He just for somehow he ended up with this like monumental amount of Bitcoin, and he just like whatever. Threw it away. And
Oh my God. Like
same thing happened to
$30
Alex.
million just sitting there, just like, yeah, I just didn't want it. See, that's the problem I have with that stuff, is that it's so like,
And my whole thing is like, how does it get on a hard drive? Like, I mean, I don't think I have the right
That's the
kinda app.
wallet.
I think I need, okay, what kind of,
Right? So it's
because right now I'm using Robinhood, and I've heard they don't, when you
Rob-
buy, like,
Yeah,
through
Robin-
a crypto,
yeah.
You're not buying crypto, it's like the stock of crypto.
yes. Yeah. So what you need for the actual crypto is either MetaMask or Coinbase.
Coinbase sounds cool.
And I forgot what the difference is, but like
I probably need to take my money out of Robinhood and put it in this.
safe bet.
not all of it.
Not all of it.
Well, no, I'm going to keep what I have invested over in...
Yeah, whatever you have in cryptocurrency on Robinhood, I would throw over.
Well, because, like, when I pulled all the money that I made out of Dogecoin, I haven't put it back anywhere. It's just sitting there, which I know is bad, but I'm waiting for taxes to come
Yeah.
so I can pay the taxes on it with that money. and then I'll just whatever's left over. So I was just gonna move that leftover money.
Yeah. But I think, I mean, if you got the cash to throw, I would throw it at Ethereum, because the way the NFTs are moving, I don't understand. Again, I haven't done enough research to like figure out why the Ethereum hasn't been going up with the amount of NFTs that are being traded. But this is also part of it. Like, I think Ethereum may have like settled out onto like a price, and like that's what's being traded, and that's how the NFTs are getting.
Because that's another thing that's curious about Bitcoin is like, because Ethereum is also a crypto coin, so is Dogecoin, and there's 100 others. So like, if Bitcoin becomes a coin, how does the other type of cryptocurrencies become?
Like how? What's
do
their value?
They all become a standard?
What's their value? In comparison?
Or is it become like Bitcoin's a $20 bill, Ethereum's a $1 bill?
I think
you know what I mean.
That's a good way to put it.
Somebody that's talking to it better, that probably knows it better. But like in my head, it's kind of like you have the U.S. dollar, and then you have the Canadian loonie, and then you have the Mexican peso.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason why, like, it's
so
eight pesos to the American dollar, but then it's the American dollar, like $6 American to the
like the euro or whatever.
or whatever.
Yeah, you can convert it to,
It's
So
converting
like,
into either more or less depending on which.
So Bitcoin could become like the standard dollar to us, and then instead of like other nations having their own, what's the word?
Currency?
Yeah.
Currency. The other, like Ethereum, it would be like 3 Ethereum is worth of Bitcoin.
Yeah. I think that's what.
So essentially, it could be like I was saying, where like Bitcoin is like a $20 bill. Ethereum is like 4 Ethereum, $5 bill would be worth
one
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Yeah. I think.
But the crazy thing is just like, again, like people could just kind of create a cryptocurrency. I don't know how, but like, you can't just. I don't know.
But to me, like, I mean, we joke around and say like everything's fake. It's all based around GDP, right? I mean, it's all based around like how much stuff you're moving from one place to another. Like, what are we pushing out? What are we put? Like, it's all based around that. That's why our currency has any value in the world.
And that's why the NFT thing is popping, because there's nothing tied to Bitcoin. But in essence, the GDP is created by the NFTs through Ethereum.
Well, yeah, I mean, because
You follow?
Well, yeah, because
I feel like I just said way too many acronyms.
Well, because the product in that case is a digital image.
Yes.
Like, which is a.
But there's also the metaverse. Where you're.
And that's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other thing. But the crazy thing is that the metaverse is still ran through Ethereum. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think the safe bet.
You think the coin is going to be?
I think Ethereum is going to be the kind of the standard. Like, I think this is me just talking literally right now. I think Ethereum becomes the dollar and Bitcoin becomes gold.
So you think Ethereum's being back? You think Ethereum's being backed by Bitcoin?
I don't think it'll be backed by, but like the essence of like, I've got $100,000.
You can sell gold.
Yeah, like I've got 100 Ethereum in my wallet.
Yeah.
I have 1 Bitcoin in my wallet, and that 1 Bitcoin
With that 1 Bitcoin
is like worth X amount of Ethereum.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's tangible thought in my head, because for whatever reason the metaverse is being bought and sold with Ethereum. You know, there's metaverse real estate agents. Isn't that kind of gross? Hilarious.
Every time I hear about something in the metaverse, I always think it's fake. I always think I know it's real, but I always think, I'm like, no. Like, whatever you said, like real estate agent, I was like, it's not real. No.
But it makes sense. Like, just like in the real world, you can't just go and buy it.
People are getting like assaulted on like in the metaverse. It's like, what are we doing? Like, why are we?
The metaverse is Ready Player One.
Yes, correct.
That's like the easiest thing that like the tangible idea
Yeah.
of what's going on right now.
So
And you know there's some old heads in the stock exchange and like millionaires, and they're just like, these computers are gonna need somewhere to be. I'm gonna stick with real estate, like
yeah.
hard real estate, and you know maybe I'm not making as much money, but I know that that's gonna be money.
Yeah.
And then all these dudes are jumping on board, into it, and just like putting all their money into it.
To me, it's still it always like the whole conversation surrounding it always feels like I didn't learn this until I watched the movie The Big Short, where they're talking about like, you know, mortgages and like, you know, we're gonna they got like grouped mortgages and stuff like that, and you know, I was like, whenever they were talking about that, and the guys that were like, they were like, yep, I sold it to them for like, you know, a couple $100. They were trying to pay a couple $100 for a house, and now they can't pay for it. It's like, this is kind of messed up. Like, it
wasn't good.
Yeah, no.
But, and you know, Tim Dillon did that.
Oh, he did?
Comedian, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he was, like, that's why he talks the way, like, he does, like, that energy.
Yeah.
Is because he's, like, came from that world of, like, I'm going to sell you something, like, and you're not going to say no.
Prime rate mortgages. And
yeah. Like, you don't have any money, that's fine. I'm going to move this, shake that, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be 10%, but, like, it'll be fine. It's going to come down in a year and a half. You'll be fine. You're not going to pay that off in 3 years anyway. So we're going to get you squared away in the house. You're going to get your life together, and then you're going to be fine.
You watch that bubble burst, and
then it blew up. And then everybody went to go get their money at the banks, and the banks were like, haha, we don't have any. And everybody's like, excuse me? The hell do you mean I don't have money?
See, I was just kind of thinking in my head while you were talking, and like the fact of like the digital currency thing, I can wrap my head around, because right now everything's pretty much digital.
Yeah.
Like, I get my check from my boss. It's not cash. It's just a check saying that he has this much. I take a picture of it. It goes to my bank account. Now I have that much.
Yeah.
He gets that money from somebody else who sends him a check. Same process all the way back to the bank. And
the bank's getting it from you.
It's just a big circle.
Big circle.
And where am I going with this?
You were saying that you could wrap your head around the currency.
Yeah, I could wrap my head around that, because like, I don't know if you've ever like had to use cash recently, but you go to a restaurant and you pay with cash, they look at you a little funny now.
Yeah, they look at you sideways.
Yeah, especially me. I paid with cash today because I got cash for my birthday, and they were like, "Really?" Like,
yeah, no, I find myself like, I'm a big cash guy,
and like they have to go out of their way now.
Yeah,
to go get change and everything else. Like it's more of a hassle now to use cash.
No one's expecting. Yeah, no one's expecting cash.
I'm big on cash, and I find myself saying like, y'all take cash. Like
a lot of places don't now.
Yeah, that's a preface. Question that I have to be like, how can I pay for this right now? Like, I got cash, I got card, I got Venmo, I've got a crypto wallet. Like, which one do you need? Like, one of the subscriptions I have is like it's $100 a year on Bitcoin.
That's so weird to me.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You have to pay for the subscription. Is like it's all inclusive.
You can just do it through Bitcoin.
You pay for the yearly subscription. Like in order to send it in, you have to transfer $100, and that's why I got the Coinbase app in the first place. Is because he's like, I accept it from, I say he, like it's a person, I don't know who the hell. But like
the man.
The man that runs this website is like, I accept it from these X amount of wallets. And it needs to be, it's like whatever $100 is, it's $100, but it's like I take it in Bitcoin.
But did he only accept crypto?
Only accepts crypto.
That's so. I guess like it's a thing where like everyone just has to like.
As a business,
everyone has to do it, and then it's fine.
It makes a lot of sense as a business. Like imagine if you're if you were running Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Before you go, this is why it doesn't make sense to me. Is because I see it like a stock. Imagine you give them the $100 of Bitcoin, mm-hmm. a second later it just mm-hmm. drops. Now that 100 is worth 50, mm-hmm. and maybe 3 other people also paid. So what would have been $300 is now only 150.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing with like companies like paying people in stocks. Like you just
but as a business, like only accepting that as your payment. Now, if
it depends on the business because it's an electronic service. He's not losing anything, right? It's not like we're running Amazon here.
The business is betting that, like, with taking in like crypto and like that kind of stuff. The business is betting that it's going to go up.
It's either going to stay where it's at or it's going to go up.
And if it goes down, like yes, like there are turns in the market, it goes up and down.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Especially in the last like 2 years, the market was like it steadily goes up. So like
it's in the trash right now. That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It went back up.
The cryptocurrency track, like
cryptocurrency. It's like at the beginning of the year every time.
The Dow's back up. So
yeah, but like if you're running Amazon, it wouldn't make sense for you to accept in cryptocurrency because you have to pay X amount of money to get the supplies to then ship out and then they pay for you and then you cover your costs and then you get that profit. But with an electronic service like Netflix is a bad idea, but like rock with me because they obviously have their the Netflix originals. Like let's say it was only like the original Netflix before they came out with original content, yeah. Right? It was just like they had paid money to like, hey, you're only going to be allowed to show The Office on Netflix. Okay, cool. I give you $100K out the gate. Office is mine for 5 years. If you want to watch The Office, you give me $10 a month in Bitcoin. I already paid them off. So either A, I'm going to balance out, or B, I'm going to make a profit.
But then there's the idea of still if it drops and it doesn't come back up.
Yeah, that's any company
that's literally why I'm talking about 2000. I keep bringing up 2008 because that's what happened.
Yeah,
is that everybody was hedging bets on the mortgage.
Yeah,
market.
Primary
mortgages. And then they finally realized that there was no money here. Like everybody was hedging money against everybody else, and then like they finally like it blew up because like there was nothing to support it. It can happen in any market that it just blows up and then nothing is worth anything.
See, that's the NFT thing. It's like one server crashes.
Economy classes.
Well, that's the interesting thing about the blockchain.
It's multiple servers.
Is that there is no centralized server.
Yeah.
And that is why the blockchain hasn't been hacked. Yeah. Because
it's kind of
you don't
hack
1,000
computers.
Yeah, like 10,000, 100,000 different computers.
Yeah.
Running it at the same time. You can hack that one computer. So you might mix up like 5 or 6 people's blockchains, but like you're not taking the entire system down. Like right now is like the 1800 bank heists. Like if you try to get into the blockchain, it's like whatever that bank's got, like that's what you're getting, but you're not getting like a multitude of cash. Like whatever you break into, that's what you break into. But you can't break into because it is so secured. It like the system, like there are more people working on the blockchain than there are people mining.
That's good to know.
Yeah. This entire thing is being hedged on the blockchain not being hacked.
Right. Yeah, because I'm sure once that hacks,
once it gets
everything
hacked,
is just worthless.
Yeah, everything immediately drops. So everybody's like, no. We're put all our money in people making sure that this is not getting hacked.
Marcus, are you saying that this is too big to fail?
I'm saying that there is enough people saying it.
I know a couple of companies that said that back in 2008, AIG.
I understand. But I'm saying
we're too big to fail.
My whole thing, though, like, because I don't understand it, and I'm hearing about the whole 2026 when the last Bitcoin is mined and all this and that. I'm like, I don't want to be part of that group that's like, no, screw all that. I'm not going to get into Bitcoin, and then all of a sudden this happens, and now cash is just which defeats the purpose of checks, defeats the purpose of pretty much the entire economy, essentially, and we have to restart.
Well, yeah, our economy changes if we for some reason decide like in the next like 20 years, all right, we're all switching over to Bitcoin,
which
like,
I think
that's
will
gonna be
happen.
That's gonna be a hard like
maybe not
couple of decades.
It's gonna be. It's the same thing anytime any currency changes.
Yeah, but our currency really hasn't changed.
Ours hasn't.
Like,
No.
But like other countries have. Like,
But
you get
see, because like,
and this is why men lose their hair because we spend.
see, but we talk about this, and girls are talking about who knows.
I wish I could just make a
Like I saw this freaking thing.
I
It's like this girl was.
makeup tutorials.
They're making fun of that.
I
Of this
think we-
current thing that we're doing right now. They're making fun of that on TikTok right now.
I think we talked about on here. Some guy was like, some girl was saying that her guy was getting all invested in crypto and stocks and all that, and she was like, whatever about it, and it's like, no, like that's good. Like it's an important part of the economy that you need to understand. But anyways, what I was trying to say is like the first currency was made in like an exchange for good.
Yes.
So like instead of me giving you chickens, like I read on this article, it's like I'm gonna give you this shiny piece of metal.
Yeah.
That way, then you can exchange to somebody else for whatever later. So we don't have to do this now. And that eventually turned into gold being the currency of something you give to somebody, they exchange it later. And then
gold turns into
gold
notes.
eventually got too heavy in people's pocket, and some dude was like, hey, you give me your gold, and I'll say, hey, you have this much gold on a piece of paper.
100
And
gold.
so people just started trading the piece of paper and would go back to the bank to get their gold. And now eventually gold has... Does banks even still have gold?
Nope.
No.
Not really.
Yeah.
Um,
But the fact of turning
not for
paper into Bitcoin doesn't make any sense.
It's we're literally in the part of like I will give you gold and you give me the piece of paper. That's where we're at right now.
That's so odd to me. Like how
it's
like we're in like Mesopotamia right now. Like things are gonna be like wholly different. Like
it's coming in hot
because we just assigned
and and that's what people think, and that's what people are getting tripped up about is like it's not going to take 20-30 years to level out.
No, this is like a century problem. Like this is
no. It's going to happen sooner because everything happens sooner.
Once it happens, I think it's going to hit so hard that like I think it's going to be a big shock for maybe 2 years, and then like at the 5-year mark, I think it's just going to be set.
It levels out. I think it levels out sooner because there is so many things, advancements in technology.
That's true.
To like the reason why the gold to the note thing took a long time is because who the hell is going to carry all this gold? And if you're going to carry all this gold, I'm just going to come rob you.
Yeah.
Like there was that X amount of years of like, we need to get some big ass safes.
The fact that you have
I'm sure there was people at that point who were like, well, why am I going to get a piece of paper? A piece of paper is worthless compared to gold.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So people went all the way out west just to go get gold.
And you know, you bring up going out west to get the gold. The people that got
out west for like Silicon Valley.
The people that found out and then traveled or were already late. Right? All the gold had already
which is
been
what
mined.
I'm worried about. I'm
And
trying
that's
to get in.
and that's why people are saying get in right now because it's being there's some girl caught a video. It's like we're like 2% of something right now. We're between like the 2 and 5% of adopters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Huh. So like after the next percentile, like it's like then you're late and you're not gonna get
the same dividends you get.
Yeah. There's little to no dividends. Like the people that came out and tried to go
get Bitcoin like in the last like a year.
The people that tried to get Bitcoin the last year are behind the curve. People that are in Ethereum 2 years ago, they're rocking big banks because they get in at $200. They held on to it for 2 years.
Yeah.
And now it's at $3K.
It's the whole thing of I knew I should have freaking held on to it.
I don't mean to punch you out like that, but like the people that went and got gold afterwards, like they're getting, 0.3 ounces
Right.
for a week, as opposed to the dudes that jumped in first who were just like 10 pounds.
Got a nugget. Here we go.
Like,
there we go.
It's a weird thing, and it's easy to be like, it's bullshit.
I mean, yeah.
And I don't need to get into it, but I think history, what's that corny?
History repeats itself?
No, history favors the brave.
Favors the bold.
Favors the bold. Like, is there a chance that it doesn't work out? Yeah, but there's also a chance that you're... life savings at 60 doesn't work out
which
as
is
well.
why I'm not going to put everything in that, because there are people who just...
Yeah.
Bitcoin is like the only currency they use. If you don't do currency with that, then they don't...
Yeah, I find that that's like poor investment. That's means.
Like, I'm going to slowly start putting things into that, like, maybe like 2% a week or something like that.
Yeah.
Because right now, as far as we know, like the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq are not going away. So keep investing in those. Those are steady.
Yeah, but that only came about in 1920?
No.
1910?
It's like an 1800s thing.
Is it really that old?
Yeah, the stock market.
Talk about S&P.
Like the New York Stock Exchange. Like how look up how old the Dow Jones is.
I didn't feel like
The
it was that
Dial
old.
Jones.
Dow.
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 D-O.
Because the Great Depression was in the 30s.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it was that old before the Depression.
I don't know if it was like...
In the year since Dow Jones Industrial Age, DJIA was first introduced on May 26, 1896.
Yeah.
That's not 1896, 34 years before the
What
stock market crash.
What is that?
Hmm?
What is Dow Jones?
That's the I don't know how to describe. It's the biggest thing. It's one of the biggest things on the market. One of the biggest stocks. I don't know. I think it like indicates like where the market is, like in total. So like if you get any kind of stocks app, like the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, and the S&P 500 are the indexes.
Like it's just like the numbers saying what the numbers are.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, but I don't think can you invest in those?
You can. They're worth
okay.
some. They're worth something.
Yeah, you invest
but they're
in
worth like
Talking about like the S&P 500.
Yeah.
At least on the Robinhood app, there is like it's like Vanguard S&P 500.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
put money in that.
Well, the Vanguard one, if you're doing those are index funds. Those are different because those are, this is the things I've been like, those are still mutual funds where you basically give your money to Vanguard and you say, Vanguard, invest my money.
Yeah.
And they invest the money based on the S&P 500. So like if like, hey, this part of the S&P is doing good, let's put it more into Apple stock. And this is doing fine.
Bitcoin's the Nasdaq. I think that's what it translates to.
It's like a general
like that's going to be
a general take.
The market
Yeah,
is gonna
because
be
that's
based
how
off
it
of
is
that.
right now. If Bitcoin drops, everything else,
Yeah.
all the other cryptos drop.
Mm.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin's the market indicator.
Yeah, exactly. So I think whatever amount of years from now, Dow Jones is out the window.
Imagine,
and
you just see BIT.
like legitimate. I think like there will be a time where
Yeah.
Those things get, because again, the NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow Jones, that's all based off fiat currency. And if the fiat currency doesn't exist anymore, they don't exist either. Or they stay there and then they are then backed by Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I gotta do a bunch of research into this.
This is the issue, Chris. We ain't got time.
I'm trying to sit on the beach.
I know.
We have you're trying to go back to school. I'm running way too many ensembles. He's trying to become a financial advisor. What the hell's going on? We ain't got no time to do all this stuff. And here, like, and yeah, everything is jumping into the deep end. You just got to take a bet on yourself and hope that it works out.
You have to jump in that hard. You could wait it. You could wait.
People that wait don't.
It's 2022.
We don't wait.
2026 is 4 years from now.
That's 4 years from now.
Yeah.
2020 was 2 years ago.
Yeah. That feels like 30 years ago. I haven't been alive that long, but it feels like
2020 feels like it was yesterday.
It feels like 30 years ago and yesterday. What happened to the last 2 years?
So
I literally last year, no idea. 2020, no idea.
What the hell happened?
I feel like I blacked out for the entire.
Nobody knows what's going on. I just want to live on the beach as well. I would love to just go and like fish.
You know what kind of currency I love? It's just love.
But you can't put that on a paper.
You can't. You can't sell love unless you're Hallmark.
That's the name of the. That's the name of the
Podcast.
No, that's the name of the episode.
The name of the episode.
Can't sell love.
Can't sell love.
Can't buy me love.
But you can.
But you can't.
And people that say that money doesn't buy happiness have never been poor.
Or they haven't spent enough.
Or they haven't spent enough.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because I can spend $100 on a meal and I'm real happy. A lot happier than I am when I spend $8.
That's the problem with the budgeting thing is that you like
You never
find
seen a
out.
sad person on a jet ski.
Never seen a sad person on a yacht.
I mean, well, there might be some people that are sad internally, but
It's because they got the yacht in an illegitimate way. If I get a yacht, I don't want a yacht.
do you want a yacht?
It stresses me out.
Yeah, having a yacht sounds boring to
I think
me.
it'd be super dope to have a yacht. Though.
The idea of like I'm gonna go party on my yacht this weekend, like I'm no.
And most yachts, you have to have like a captain and a crew, like 24/7 to maintain it.
Yeah.
Yachts are mad expensive.
Yeah.
That's. You get a yacht, you got real money.
Yeah, it's a bit too much.
Would you rather have a yacht or a private plane?
Private plane.
Private jet. Excuse me.
Yeah, private jet. Yeah. I'd rather go places than go where my boat can go. I can go anywhere with a plane. Can't go anywhere with a yacht.
That's fair. That's a good point.
And plus, you got to travel with a yacht, maintain a yacht.
You got to maintain them.
You got to maintain a plane, but you have to maintain a yacht? I don't think so.
But with the plane, like, depending on how often you use it, you just keep it in a hangar for...
Yeah, but that...
Check in on it. Like,
yeah, that rent to house the plane, that shit ain't cheap.
Well, then you just buy a hangar. If you can afford to buy a jet, you just buy a hangar.
Just buy the land.
Touché.
Just buy the land. That's what Harrison Ford did. He just bought. It's like, use the Star Wars money. Imagine. Speaking of Star Wars, no, kidding. Any other thoughts on?
I watched the first 2 episodes.
A Book of Boba Fett?
Yeah.
I watched the first one. Mia wasn't all into it, so we haven't watched it more. I need to watch it on my own.
I watched the first one. I was just kind of like...
It's okay.
Yeah, that's the general consensus.
I've heard the later episodes are much better.
I've heard this most recent one was just an episode of The Mandalorian. They just like straight up were like, yeah, we're just going to do The Mandalorian this episode. Like, we'll just do that one. He'll show up and do his thing, and it'll end with Book of Boba Fett. Like,
I think that's a big thing too. Is like the Book of Boba Fett feels like the Mandalorian, so it's
Yeah.
just kind of like copy and paste, just a different character.
Well,
At least
like-
based off the first episode that I watched.
I get that.
personally, like, it's supposed to feel like really like dramatic and stuff. It's like Boba Fett, but like, I really don't care that much about Boba Fett.
Well, no, because he died in the movies, and then
Like he was a cool action figure character. He was kind of lame in the movies anyway. He he didn't really do much like actual killing.
this is what I was telling my sister and my family at my dinner the other day. Is the story of Star Wars from episodes 1 through 6, amazing. The rise and fall of Anakin and everything. The acting and the writing, not it. Maybe on episode 3, but everything else, like compared to now acting when all the Star Wars stuff they're doing and stuff, if they would have did that back then, I don't know.
Well, yeah, like I mean, Star Wars for its, I think the original trilogy, its originality back then will make it timeless, or it'll make it like a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like actually being cinematically like good, not really.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if you ever tried to watch the original episode 4 anytime recently.
yeah.
It's been a while.
It like always makes me fall asleep.
Yeah.
I love Star Wars, but it's just it's
A New
slow.
Hope is definitely slow. It's slow. Yeah.
And it does get better as each one comes out, but
We talked about this quite a few episodes ago, but like subtle flexes. I think we call it subtle flexes.
No.
No.
If we continue, but
What did I call like buying out a movie theater?
we talked about that, but I
Right.
don't remember. Yeah.
I thought I called it subtle flexes.
No.
I called it something. Anyways.
Like big money moves or something like that. Like, or something around that, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But just like that, in that idea of like doing something super dope.
Yeah.
That feels like more expensive.
Yeah.
Than it is. Since I still don't got a washer, dropped it off at the laundromat.
Oh yeah.
Got it cleaned and folded.
Mm-hmm.
$20.
Really?
You know how simple it was for me? Because they already organized all the clothes
Yeah.
and folded. So I just like took the bag, put it on my bed, opened it up, drawer out, socks, drawer out, underwear.
You should like do the math and see if that's like cost efficient. I wonder if it is.
I'm debating.
Like even if you got like say if you got like a brand new LG like $1,500 like washer set, like is that the same amount as like spending $20 a week?
It's $20, 2.5, almost 3 weeks. Right, if you have enough clothes.
Yeah, so let's say like $50 a month.
Yeah.
Versus spending $1,500. Like,
I think it eventually catches up.
eventually.
yeah, it'll catch up. But
like,
plus you own your washer. That's the.
it's one less thing you have to move. That was a bitch to move.
Yeah.
And I think moving it is what broke it.
That's the part I'm like worried about when it comes to like
that's
house
normally
stuff.
what does it.
When it comes to house stuff is I don't want to like buy a washer.
Rosen's paid $3,000 for his washer dryer.
I was looking recently and
Most
like
top of the line you can get.
he got like a there had to be like a Whirlpool like
I think it's a Kenmore.
yeah something legit.
Mine are like
No, he got Samsung ones because it's smart. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I didn't need to know that because I kind of want smart appliances.
Oh, bro.
I was looking at fridges. I was like, ooh,
Smart fridge.
the
maybe,
smart fridges are
but
kind of nice.
I don't understand the smart fridge. I understand like the smart stove, oven, laundry dryer, that stuff because you can just go on your phone, boop,
that's fair.
preheat
Actually,
the
yeah.
oven.
The
boop.
smart fridge is stupid. Don't get a smart fridge. Smart oven.
I just want,
You can,
I just want
like,
Sonic
if you wanna
ice.
cook something, you can before you head home just preheat the oven, and as soon as you
Yeah.
get there, it's ready.
Yeah.
Or if you make the food the night before, leave it in the oven. Before you get home, start the oven. When you get home, it's cooked and ready to eat.
I didn't think about that. That's pretty cool.
Having a smart home would be kind of cool.
Smart homes are pretty dope.
I wonder if you can do that on because all the houses I've been looking at houses, and all the houses I've been looking at, for the most part in this area, it's either a house that's going to be on the market for like a day or two, because they went. There was one I saw that was like 180, beautiful,
Jesus.
carpet, like nice. It was on like 53rd or something like that. It was a okay like part of town.
Yeah.
I like went by and see it, like sold in like 2 days. It's like, yep, makes sense.
Yeah.
Some like $950 for like everything, like as far as like mortgage, insurance, all that stuff, the right down payment and stuff like that. It's like, yep, that's okay.
From what I heard, right now is the time if you want to buy like a house or anything new, because apparently I don't know how they're doing it or what, but my coworker said somehow the interest is going up on everything to bring the inflation from this past year down.
Yeah.
And so
Now's the time.
it's gonna mess up with everything that
Tell
just
me, bro,
happened.
just buy a house.
I might just go ahead.
Let's
Like
go buy a house.
at this point, I'm just like
Just make sure you get a fixed interest rate.
You got 4K in the bank?
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how much I paid. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to that episode. If you have any questions. I don't remember any of the numbers off the top of my head.
You told me like 8.
That's what I thought. That's what I had, but I only did.
But that is that including like fridge and all that stuff? Like
throw 500 on top.
'cause, like,
Sub 5.
Sub 5. Yeah. I could do it. I'd have to take out some investment money, but like, but yeah, it's just I'm just trying to.
Investment.
That's true. Yeah, and plus the homes I was saying the homes around here they either go by fast or they're new construction.
Yeah.
So if I get a new construction and
Bro, I'm telling you,
have someone rent that thing.
between here and probably down to Salado, I think is like the next market for housing.
Think so?
Because Round Rock and Cedar Park is already bought up.
Yeah, so that's done.
That's done.
Everything from what I've seen, more construction projects and everything is starting to push towards Salado.
Yeah.
Because
It's-
all
'cause
that's just land right now.
The same thing is happening from San Antonio to New Braunfels to San Marcos. Like
That space in between.
the space in between
Yeah.
doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Like you're like
Because they used to be
San
just a
Antonio,
stretch of
Converse.
nothing.
Like it used to be like San Antonio. You get outside of 1604, it gets pretty dicey. Then you hit Converse, and there's a little bit, and then it gets dicey, and then like New Braunfels. All right, there's the next big city. And
Yeah.
then right now, like the space between New Braunfels and San Marcos is still mad open, but from New Braunfels down to San Antonio, doesn't exist. So, if everybody's moving to Austin, they're either going to keep going left to right, or they're going to start going up.
Start moving into Salado and stuff.
Salado, you know, if you get Amazons in Round Rock,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean that's what happened.
Yeah, when the Amazon or like when the Tesla plant opens up.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happened to Frisco. Is they opened up an
Oh.
Amazon plant and then
I think within the next 10 years, Temple will be as big as Round Rock.
Yeah.
Like,
you think so?
right now, just in the past 8 years, it's gone up 15,000 in population.
Damn. I mean, think about it, man. That's why somebody
And-
finally bought those high rises downtown. They're
Oh
renovating.
yeah.
And all the people that are moving from California to here, at one point, Temple was actually the cheapest city to live in the United States.
Yeah.
Like, of course, there's like Cameron and stuff, but we have like HEB and Walmart and the
Right.
mall.
Yeah,
and,
we actually have
like, it's a livable.
Cheapest proper like
city.
you can get everything you need.
right. You don't have to go out of your way to.
You're still in the same city limits
Yeah.
for stores as opposed to Cameron where you have to like drive in to go to Walmart or
See, I accidentally expanded my search range.
yeah.
It was like into like Troy and stuff, but I realized there's nothing really out there. You can get a cheap house, like mad cheap, bigger than like what I was like looking for. bigger than what I was looking for, and for like way less. And I was like, oh yeah, it'd be awesome, but you have to drive 30 minutes to get to HEB. So like,
it's a give and take.
If I was a middle school director with a family, 100%.
Moving out to like
Troy.
like Troy, yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like
Troy, Moody, maybe Rogers.
Maybe Rogers, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe go down. What's Wilburn?
Wilburn.
I'm not sure. The only thing about getting out there is like, if you want to go to the grocery store, you have to plan that. You
Yeah,
can't just
right,
be like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna go to the grocery store.
Yeah, there's no casual trips to.
There's
HEB
no.
or
I
whatever.
forgot cilantro.
Yeah.
Go to the small HB real quick. No, it's like I forgot cilantro.
But again, that is
not making Peter the guy tonight.
that is kind of a move out whenever you have kids kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm not having kids anytime soon, so like I can.
Yeah, that's where you buy your house. You buy all your investment properties here. In town.
Here. No, I might just go ahead and do it. And
He's got a house. I got a house.
I'm renting. My
You got
dad
a house.
my dad said once I move out, they're gonna sell that place. So
Really?
I wish he would just give it to me and then I can rent it. But it's.
Everybody needs to.
I mean, I get it. He built it. They've been paying for it. It's theirs. So.
Yeah. Well, now that we're a financial podcast, boys.
I do have a funny story that happened. This was last week.
Okay.
So we were at work. We were eating lunch at Whataburger, and so my coworker that day, he had a doctor's appointment in the morning, so he didn't come in the morning. He lives in Coppers Cove, and he had to wait for his wife to get off of work to pick him up, bring him back to work, because he's got personal issues with not having his license and stuff. And in that meantime, his buddy told him, "Hey, GameStop's got 10 PlayStation 5s coming in tomorrow."
Damn.
And so in between doctor's appointment and his wife coming to get him, his buddy dropped him off there. He waited in line, got a PS5 for his stepkid or his whatever, and bam. So anyways, fast forward to lunch at Whataburger. We're talking about it because he has no idea about game consoles. He's just buying it for the kid.
Yeah.
And so he's asking us about it. We're telling him about it, and then he starts talking about how apparently there's a new Pokemon game coming out.
Yeah, Pokemon.
I didn't know about that.
Pokemon Arceus, yeah.
And so my
I
other
might
coworker,
get it on Switch.
was like, "Yeah, I used to like have all the Pokemon games when we were little because they always came out in twos. So my brother would get one and I would get one, and then we'd swap or whatever and play."
It's pretty cool.
And so we're just sitting there talking. And all of a sudden, this dude comes up to the table. "You like Pokemon?"
Of course.
Not like that. He just came over and he's like, "You like Pokemon?" And we're like, "No." And my coworker was like, "I mean, I did when I was little, but not anymore."
Yeah.
He goes, "You want to see my Pokemon tattoo?"
Oh.
I'm like, "We're good. We're good. Thank you." Not thank you, but
Yeah. You didn't say yes?
hell no.
Oh, I would have said yes. Oh man, that's
It was so awkward because it was the fact that he was listening to our conversation,
I mean,
which
yeah.
happens, yes.
Yeah.
But okay, let me paint you a picture in this. So picture a 30-year-old stay-at-home nerd gamer.
Yep.
That's already.
That's what he looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you don't have to explain that. Anybody that's got a Pokemon tattoo, probably not doing that great.
Yeah.
Long hair, grown out beard, little chubby,
It's a neck beard.
anime hoodie.
It was a neck beard, wasn't it? It's always a neck beard.
You honestly could have just said hoodie. Would have assumed.
The anime hoodie.
Yeah, would have assumed. Like it was probably like Demon Slayer or something like that.
I know. He's
Like-
wearing
It's a hoodie.
He's wearing a Hunter x Hunter or something.
Yeah.
It was
Sad.
it was just so weird and awkward. And now it's an inside joke. I'm telling y'all, but like just at work, I'll be like, "Y'all want to see my Pokemon tattoo?"
Yeah, it's so rough. Dude.
Oh man.
Dude, it's only Tuesday. If these weeks be getting long, dog. It's messing me up.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
We've been having to work 10-hour days because we're getting behind. Plus school.
It's tough.
Like, things are getting. I don't know why. It feels like the world's just in like a drag right now.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like, we gotta keep doing this. Like, We need like a world break. We should take a world break one day.
Take 2-week quarantine again. Just chill out again.
No, I'm like 2 days. But like no one.
It's called the weekend.
No, but
Everybody get the weekend at the same time.
no, but like no one can work.
Yeah.
So there's no HEB. There's no like going to get fast food somewhere.
Well, you're in luck because Texas is about to freeze over on Thursday.
That's what
That
we
actually
need.
was a
We
pretty
need
nice week last year
That was a good week.
when everybody just stayed home and shut up.
As long as you were fortunate enough to
Have power.
not lose
Like,
power, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, boys, I really gotta go pee. So
Okay.
appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. Everybody that's rocking with us all the way to the end. Hope you learned something. And because we're a financial podcast now.
Or you learn nothing.
Or you learn nothing and you
Go
think
do
we're
your
full
own
of shit.
research.
Do
Just
your own research.
don't listen to what you heard on the internet. But you're also going to go read what you read on the internet. So
Everything's fake. Get in while you can.